What? Let's see. Good evening.
It looks like a good afternoon outside.
Oh, yes, it do. The sunshine. Welcome to Creative Emotions. My name is Frederick Wilson. A lot of people know me as Chef Wilson.
Chef.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
Chef.
Thank everybody for tuning in this evening. We have an amazing show. We have two very creative and purpose-driven men here today. And I'm going to start to my right, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself because, like I said, can nobody introduce you the way you can?
All right, yeah. My name is Mike Jeffers, a.k.a. Mike Raw Voices. I am the executive producer of Daddy, I Love Him, executive producer of Intimate Betrayals, executive producer of Chocolate Kiss, one of the writers on Chocolate Kiss, one of the actors on Daddy, I Love Him, one of the directors on Rotten.
Right.
And I'm also a singer as well.
All right.
And writer.
He also played R. Kelly stunt dummy in the video. If y'all seen it,
You may have to spit some notes for us at the end of the show. And to my left here, we have Miles Dixon,
yeah.
legendary.
A.k.a. Shrek.
Oh, shut up there, donkey. Shut up.
Miles, so how many hats are you wearing in this production?
Only two.
Two.
I said, look, we went to go watch the premiere. We went to go see the screening of the movie to make sure that everything was right in the theater. And I was kind of jealous because Richard Bass' name appeared 7 times before mine's even been seen twice. And I was like, well, I know this creative emotion, so we can't cuss, so I won't. But I was like, and all that stuff. I was mad. No, I wasn't mad. It was a beautiful thing.
So my understanding is this was first a stage play?
It was a stage play. I wrote it in 2013, and it went up 2014. Melissa Talbot was the producer. Richard Bass was the director. Richard Bass wound up being a co-writer because at first when we was on the trip, my niece Najee was like, I like this. And I told Melissa, I said, Melissa, you need to check this out. She read, she said, it's okay. And I was like, damn, it's okay. And I said, okay. So she came back, when we got back for the trip, she was like, okay, Miles, yeah, I see that. I like this. I like this. You need to let Richard tighten this up. So Richard tightened up the end, and that was it. And then from that point on, we did 3 days at the theater, and it was sold out every single one.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Now, do you remember the day or the time or what motivated you to take this stage play and transition into a cinema movie?
Can I tell you? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was waiting on Melissa. Her schedule was really, really busy, and she called me and said, Miles, when I call you now, you got to be ready. And I was like, okay. And when the time came, she's like, you got to get ready. She moved so quick. I did not know I had a. She's like, Miles, casting auditions tomorrow. I said, okay.
And
that was it. No, she didn't say tomorrow, but it's coming up in a couple of weeks. And I was like, okay. She ain't asked me nothing. She just did. So I'm a soldier, so I fall in line.
Okay. And that brings me to my next question I had, because I often see casting calls, which I would just consider like audition. So how is that process, Mike? I mean, what does a casting call looks like for you? Just a basic day.
Yeah.
Usually we do it 2 different ways. Sometimes we'll like have an idea of who we want to play certain roles. So we will have them come out to audition, and then we'll actually send out auditions for different people to come in to audition for the movie. And sometimes the person you think you want for the role may not get the role because somebody else may do so good or do something that'll make you think maybe it will be better if we use this person.
Okay. Because, you know, I often see in some movies how you have everybody waiting out in the hallway, waiting to go into this particular room. So just give us an idea for people that are listening right now. What time does your day start when you're doing a casting call, and usually what time does it end?
It switches up sometimes. I know the majority of times that we've done it, we start maybe like noon, and it may be done by 7 p.m.
Okay.
But we like to. I know sometimes people will have auditions where they'll have people just show up and then wait in line until their turn comes. But what we do is we send out times for people to actually come in and audition during that time.
Okay.
So that way you're not just sitting around waiting. The only wait you're doing is maybe 10, 15 minutes before that, you know, for the next person is done.
Okay. Now, I know Miles stepped out. How long have you been in the entertainment industry?
Okay, so I started out singing, which I didn't think that's what I was going to do.
Okay.
So I started out doing that, I want to say in 1997. And then in 2007, there was a lady that wanted a couple of singers to be in her play. And I was one of those singers. And from 2007 up until now is how long I've been actually acting.
Okay. So I know you have a pretty good memory because you remember me from last year. Now, do you remember two things I'm going to ask you? What that production was and what did you sing?
Okay, I don't remember what I sang. That I don't remember. But the production was it was two of them because there was The Hymn, but I think that was the second one I did. I don't know why I can't remember it. It's gonna hit me, but I know The Hymn was one of the stage play because I ended up doing two of her productions.
Okay. So I know we have a lot of people that's probably listening this evening. Any helpful tips you can give any inspiring actors or actresses that can help them along their journey right now?
Just keep studying, and one of the things I like to say is don't doubt yourself.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of actors will go through that, you know, and it's something I went through myself. So I understand it when I see it.
Okay.
But sometimes you get actors, they'll be in the scene or in the moment of something, and it's like, oh, I messed up. Or, oh, I can't do this, or I don't feel right because of this. But it's like if the director doesn't say anything, then don't stop yourself. But also just keep going.
Okay.
And especially like if you're in an audition and just because you don't get the role, it doesn't mean that you did bad.
Well, okay. So when they're starting out, is it any type of direction you can give them as far as acting classes? That's really what I was looking for because I know it was some people at work that I talked to, and they're kind of interested in it. So they have no idea on what direction to go other than starring in some plays at school many years ago, but they still held on to that dream of one day getting into entertainment. Is there anything you can give them a direction where they can just start off with acting classes? Is it something local, or do you do it yourself?
Well, I don't do the acting classes. Like I'll go to acting classes myself.
Okay.
Because I still act as well, even though I'm behind the scenes most of the time. But there's a lot of acting classes here. Moolah Films does sometimes 1 to 2 a year. There's another actor, director, writer by the name of Kamal Smith. He does classes here often. So a lot of times being on Facebook, there's a lot of links to those different sites. So like even look up Kamal Smith, Moolah Films, and follow me and Richard, because we actually plan on doing an acting class as well. We're not going to be the ones teaching the class. We may assist with it, but we're actually going to fly someone in to actually teach the class.
Is there any contact information you can give them right now?
You can. I'm on all social media networks under Mike Raw Voices, which is MikeRawVoices. So whichever site you go on, and I'm constantly always posting auditions, whether it's our auditions or someone else's audition, I'll usually repost it. That way, most people can see it as well.
Okay. So I know I asked Miles this earlier about that transition from a stage play into a cinema movie. How much work was involved in that?
A lot. Yeah, because it's the stage play and the movie. It's different. You know, you prepare for it different. You still have to have the rehearsals. With stage, you know, everything is big. You know, the acting is big, the expressions, everything. But with film, you have to tone a lot of that stuff down, even when you have your comedians in there. And
Okay.
we actually have a comedian in Daddy, I Love Him, and, by the name of Crystal P.
Okay.
And she toned it down. There's a lot of emotional stuff goes on in there as well, and she was able to tap into the emotion, still be funny when it was needed, but it wasn't over the top or too big, you know, for the film.
Okay.
So just trying to get actors to get there and prep for it, and it's definitely a lot. And then the funding is another.
Okay.
You know, trying to have everything detailed. And I actually got cussed out earlier today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and it was another film project I was on, and even though I wasn't the one that made the mistake, the mistake was on somebody else, but because I directed it, I was supposed to be watching to see, you know, to make sure they had their side right.
Okay.
So everything still fell on me. So, it happens.
Okay. So, you know, I laugh. I look at the simple part of things. And I said, I remember, like, pretty much at the end of a movie, they show like the bloopers. Do you guys actually have this going on set?
Yeah, it's a lot of that go. And sometimes we hold on to a lot of that, and sometimes it's probably a lot in the archives. I'm sure, because there's been some crazy bloopers on set.
Because I was going to ask you, you know, do you guys ever just sit back and laugh about these moments?
Yeah, and then we still have fun on set as well. We, you know, in between little breaks here and there, because, you know, I can be silly, and then if Miles show up on set, Miles, most of the time, he gets cussed out when he's on set. You know, he almost got kicked off his own set.
So, just in the average scene, how much work is put into just one scene?
That can also depend on the flow of everything, because if everything is perfect, which is not always perfect, let's just say it was perfect, the lines were good on the first take, everything went well on the first take, you still have to do a safety. You still have to get a different angle. Sometimes there's 2 to 3 different angles of it. So quick 10-second scene can probably take up to 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh, wow. So this particular production, from start to end, how long were you guys on scene? How long did it take really to finish a finished product? Because I know we see movies, and I'll sit back and I just enjoy them, but never really thinking about how much work was put in just to make this 2-hour movie.
So between, because we always have rehearsals before the film, so usually we do like anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks of rehearsals.
Okay.
And then, you know, we start filming, which can be anywhere from, well, it depends on how long the movie is and how long, you know, like the different locations, stuff like that. So average, like 10-day shoot. But we did Daddy, I Love Him in 7 days.
Oh,
no,
wow.
9 days. I'm sorry.
Wow.
9.
No, that's incredible.
9. But I was on set where we did a movie in 4 days.
Oh, wow.
That was the shortest shoot that I've ever done.
Okay. So the actors and actresses in this particular production, are they all local, or did you fly people in?
This one, they were all local.
They were all local?
They were all local. But we have a film like Intimate Betrayals. That's one of our films. We actually flew an actress in for that one.
Okay.
So we will, if we have to, we will.
Okay. So I know you mentioned earlier you started out your career in entertainment with singing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the moment that you decided to transition over to cinema movies? And what was your motivation for doing that?
It was, well, I think it was something that I always, well, I'm not going to say always, but I kind of wanted to do that for years anyway. But Tanja, the shoe lady, we did her movie, which was Stay in Your Place. That was the first movie we did. So one thing, you know, we all a team. You know, we going to help each other out, whether it's for free or not, you know.
Okay.
And that was when we all got together. We were like, we're going to help her get this film going. So that was my first time being on set, actually working with film. And just the excitement of it all, it was just like, yeah, this is something I want to do. And this was in 2015, I want to say.
2015?
2015. So then 2017, I filmed my first short film.
Okay. And what was the name of that one?
Bad Day.
Bad Day.
Bad Day.
Okay.
And you can see that on YouTube as well.
Okay, so I had a question for you because I know you said you're wearing many hats in this production, and you're also one of the you have an acting role.
Yes.
Right. Now, do you find yourself, because you are, did you mention you were executive producer?
Executive
also?
producer, yes.
So are you really hard on yourself when you're in a position, because you got to take that hat off now? So I have to be a cast member. Do you find yourself being a little bit more hard on yourself as far as the quality of your work?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always anyway, whether I'm executive producer on or not. If I'm acting, it's like, because you always, a lot of times you'll see yourself and you're like, man, I could have did that better. I should have did this better, or I should have did it like that. So, you know, I always get on myself like that for years.
So how does your day look? So you're taking off one hat and you're putting on another, right? So, you know, how does your day look in one day of shoot of doing that? How are you feeling at the end of the day? And how do you stay focused? Because I'm just wondering, I'm like, wow, you know, executive producer, you're actor. So what keeps you focused?
Sometimes just pressure. I've always been, and not that I love to do this, but I feel like I work better under pressure sometimes. Because when we did this film, I wasn't supposed to be co-director on here. I was just supposed to only act.
Okay.
But then Melissa, you know, she got sick. She passed away. Yes. So I took her position, and then Richard started directing. So, but it was so crazy. We had a scene where I was supposed to be in the scene at a certain point. Richard had to step out because, you know, he wasn't feeling well. So I said, you go ahead, lay down, you know, we're going to take care of this. So I'm watching the scene, and it was really, really good. It was so good, I forgot I was supposed to walk in.
He totally forgot he was supposed to walk in on the scene.
So I'm yelling at them like, what do y'all do? Why did y'all stop? And they said, because you're supposed to be in here. I'm like, oh, shoot.
So, yeah.
So what is your role in this movie, the name, and what is your role? Who are you playing in this production?
I'm playing the role of Sonny.
Sonny Jones.
Sonny Jones. Sonny is a hardworking man. He is. Sonny is a hardworking man. They went through some financial challenges through the years, and you know, Sonny, you know, he had to get an extra job just to get the family going where they are today.
Yeah.
And
Sonny slipped up.
He slipped up.
He slipped.
He slipped up.
We just won't keep it there, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
he slipped up.
He slipped up.
So, you know, Sonny goes through some things. He goes through like an emotional roller coaster throughout the film. And, you know, within his process, it's like he's still trying to fight to hold on to his marriage and then fight to keep the relationship he has with his daughter.
Yeah.
So being an actor, do you find it hard to get out of character once you're off set? Or do you carry some of that? Because I always
sometimes you do.
Okay.
You do. And that's usually when you dive deep into that character.
Yeah.
you feel what they feel.
When that character has a deep mental past, and he got to pull it off in the present, and it's like he go through a lot of trauma, mental trauma, mentally that he has. It's hard to shake once you get into it. One of our actors, Talani, she played a particular role, and she was confronted with the person in one of her scenes, and it was hard for her to shake it off while she was there.
Yeah.
I mean, she had to really sit somewhere by herself and shake it off because it was kind of traumatizing for her.
Yeah, because when I go to shows and there may be a scene where they're very emotional, and I say, man, how they just dropping tears like this quick?
Well, I put it like this: this movie gonna take you on the emotional roller coaster. You heard a roller coaster? That's gonna be an emotional roller coaster through the whole film. I mean, from the very beginning to the very end.
Okay, because that was one of my questions I had for you guys. So I know that we have the movie premiere happening this Friday.
This Friday at the Bel Air Theater.
Yes, put that plug in.
At the luxury cinema, Bel Air Theater. Red carpet 7 p.m. Showtime is 8 o'clock on the nose.
On
the nose. Don't come at 8:05, 8:15. Talking about we don't care.
So I'd like to hear from both of you guys. So the people will be here this Friday for the movie premiere.
Correct.
What should they expect? What sort of experience should they walk away with after seeing this production? We'll start with you, Miles.
You can go away with the fact that you need to learn more about your children.
Okay.
Pay them attention. You're going to learn that as a black man, the weight is on you really heavy. As a family man, as a husband, as a father, as a brother. In this movie, you will see the love that siblings have for each other.
Okay.
And you will see the sincerity of an innocent child.
Okay. I like that. How about you, Mike?
He said.
What Miles just said. No, yeah, pretty much the same thing Miles just said. You definitely gonna walk away with knowing that you can't always just assume, and you still have to listen. A lot of times we see something, but we don't try to find out like why, and a lot of that, kind of goes on in here. It's like so much stuff is going towards one person, and it's like you're not listening. Everybody wants me to listen to them, but you don't want to listen to me.
Right.
Okay.
And it's another great message in there, but it's kind of I don't want to give that away.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to speak on it without giving it away.
Mike actually get choked in one of the scenes.
Choked up in this one?
No.
He get kind of choked in one of the scenes. And when y'all see it, you gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. I promise you. You probably text me while you in the theater like, I know what you mean now. I give you a hint. It's gonna be blue when it happens. I'm just gonna let you know off the rip. So this movie is great. Monique, is there a way can we go to the trailer?
Shit.
Hey, you saw the trailer?
No, I have not seen the trailer.
Well,
can we show the trailer?
Yeah. I'm gonna introduce you over to the trailer, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness only things that happens with us. When I say us, I'm just talking about black people. No, I'm just. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching us, I'd like to thank Laquita for inviting us on her show. I'd like to thank Chef for being here, hosting us very well. And I would like for you, Chef, for the first time to see the trailer to Daddy, I Love Him.
It would be my honor.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
Why was your scarf in a grown man's car?
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question. You ever did it?
No offense, but my heart is reserved for someone else.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
All men ain't like
like daddy.
That's not fair.
Ain't nothing private in this house. You don't pay for nothing, so you don't pay for nothing to be private.
Lord, I need you more than ever right now.
Jesus is here. He's right here.
He here?
Yes, right here.
Really? Where is he, huh? Where's he when I needed him?
I am here, Sonny. But I can't promise that I'll stay.
No, that was amazing.
Thank you.
I felt
Thank
that just from that short trailer. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Wonderful job. I felt that. I've seen a lot of productions. Some come out of Michigan, but just the quality of this was amazing.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Wow. That was amazing.
And when I tell you, knowing you for a while, and when you see the film, all I'm gonna tell you is, it's gonna be smiling, laughing, and crying.
And I think that's what's missing from a lot of the productions around. You know,
We was doing an interview yesterday, and we were saying this is a family program. It's rated PG-13.
okay.
Okay, I think will you say PG-13, Mike?
Yeah, I'll say PG-13.
Yeah, because Mike choking scene kind of too much for somebody under 13.
Whatever.
But seriously, it's like you gonna be grown men has set up in my office and watched it and just start crying. Minute 17, they was crying.
No, I'm glad that you reached back to that because me coming up and watching movies, you know, back in the day, you always walked away and you felt something. I remember leaving theaters and it was just silent because everybody was feeling something.
Mm-hmm.
It was just silence.
Yeah.
In the theater, when nobody talking, it was like, wow, they really hit home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about the whole theater.
Right.
So it feel like this is what this is bringing back.
I put it like this: when we did the play, about 3 or 4 people ran out the play.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They couldn't take it. I mean, they came back. They walked in, but they cried out.
So that's a part of. It seemed like some cinema therapy.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yes, cinema therapy.
Cinema therapy. I like that.
I like the sound of that.
I like that.
I like the sound of that.
You know,
Hold on. I like that there donkey.
And this, when I say that, it seems like this trailer has reached back, and I think that's what I've been feeling that's been missing from some movies.
Yes.
It was. I remember coming up and seeing yourself in a movie. Right,
Yeah.
you couldn't run from it.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, and maybe it was a movie, and then we were all sitting in the living room, and you know the ones that it touched because they got very still and quiet. They couldn't argue with the TV, with the production.
Yeah.
Right. So congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is going to remind you of everybody's family.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, everybody in that theater going to say, "I know somebody just like that."
Wow.
I promise you. And there's gonna be more in the character that y'all think is more people like her than you could possibly imagine. So
Congratulations. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you.
Now, for the listening audience that may not know your background, because I talked to Mike about how you got started with the entertainment industry, can you give the people who may not know you?
They stole it from me. I'm the prince. I'm the king. No, I'm just
briefly, did you start off and what segment of entertainment did you start off in?
Wow, that's kind of deep.
Because I know Mike said he was a singer. He was in music.
The man still sang. He's telling the story. I started off in dancing, break dancing and stuff. So I started off dancing, I started DJing, then I started MCing, then I started producing, then I always been a writer.
Okay.
I've been a writer since I was like in first grade, but from kindergarten didn't really count because everybody like kindergartners. Anything that you can finish, everybody like whatever they like, right?
Yes.
Anything they did, oh, they so cute. They wrote the sun and they drew the sun on the sun. But I won every writing contest in Region 5 for my school district from first grade all the way up to 12th grade.
Oh wow.
Every creative writing contest I won it.
Wow.
So most people, you know, didn't credit that. And then also once I got into music and started going into engineering music, that's how I met the person who edited our movie, Nathan Talbot. Nathan called the studio I was at, and he was like, "Man, I want to know, can I intern?" And I said, "You ain't on your way." And he said, "No, I'm serious. I'm a college. I don't want to hear none of that. Are you on your way? You got the address. You looked us up on the phone, but come on."
So, Miles, you mentioned breakdancing. How long have you been in the industry?
You know, you heard a guy named Moses? That was my school buddy. No, I've been in the business since 87.
Okay, wow.
I've been in the entertainment business since 1987.
You started when you was 30?
I started when I was 26.
Here we go.
That's the acting, you know what I mean? We kept a strong roll. No, since 86, I've been in the industry far as commercials. I forgot. I've been in a lot of commercials. No, I'm lying. Stop it. You remember Ask a Silly Question?
Yes.
They used to come on Channel 4?
Yes.
I was the host for Ask a Silly Question for like 2 years. I forgot totally about that. We came on right after Kid Bits.
I remember.
Came on right after, I forgot.
We all telling our age.
My cousin just reminded me that I used to come on. That's who was out there. She's like, "Man, I remember you used to come on Channel 4 every Saturday morning." I was like, dang, I forgot all about that. So, yeah. So, I've been in entertainment since I was 8 years old.
Wow, okay. So, I want to ask you what I asked Mike earlier. So, I know you said you started out with dancing, right? So, how did you transition into...
I started noticing who get the most girls.
Oh, okay. That was your motivation.
Hey, look, every time I be like, why all them girls over there? You know what I mean? Sniffle. And then my guy was like, because I know how to win me. I know how to do this. And I was like, I don't like your attitude, so I learned how to break dance.
Okay. So I'm going to catch you up on things. I asked Mike this exact same question. For someone that's watching right now, aspiring to be an actor or actress, what helpful tips can you give them starting out fresh in the business as far as acting class? What direction would you give them?
Well, as far as acting class, know who you are, know where you want to go.
Okay.
Just like in a film, when you're writing something, you should, in your head, you should know the beginning, you know where you want it to end.
Okay.
Right? You need to know your path the direction you want to go and what's comfortable for you. And then to understand that uncomfortable things will come about to challenge you so you could break those barriers or jump that hurdle. My most important thing about anything in life is read. If you don't read, it's going to be very hard for you to keep up. Because while you think you're just doing your thing, it's somebody else that has done more. They wrote books about it. And if you just read, you could take 10 minutes out of a day and just read. It might take you over the big old hump that was stopping you. If you just read something or read something that's in your genre, it will help you get over that.
Okay.
That's all.
Absolutely, I agree.
And most people don't understand. For any actor, anybody that's an entrepreneur in an entrepreneurial mind state, read a book called The Purple Cow. The Purple Cow will save your life.
Purple Cow.
Yeah.
You heard it, people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this of both of you guys because I know quite often people have mentors or people have people that they followed. I'll start with you, Mike. Is it anyone that inspired you to go in the direction you're in now as far as entertainment? It could be with your music career starting off or being a writer-producer. Is it anyone that was your mentor or inspired you to move in that direction?
I would say the singing, it was something that just kind of happened naturally, so I can't say it was a mentor.
Oh, let's just be real. You're so crazy. You just naturally came out.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but other than that, so the singing, I was just always just singing around the house. I never knew I knew how to sing. I just sang because I just loved to sing. And then I had a friend who was he was a singer, and he was always into the studios. He's like, I'm gonna take you to the studio with me because you got a good voice. You sing real good. And I'm like, do I? He like, yeah. He took me to the studio. His producer, had me to sing for him and was instantly impressed. So from that point on, it was just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try, And then kind of like what Miles said earlier, the women,
Okay.
So the women will definitely, inspire you to keep singing if you can. But as far as like the acting, I told you how I got into that. But as far as inspiring me to take things to another level, Melissa Talbot was the person that did that.
Okay, because we always have that person.
Yeah, she stayed on me because, I've always had like the director's eye. So I would always whisper to her, like, you don't think this should be like
shut
this,
up.
like such and such, such and such.
How many times she told you shut up?
She didn't.
That's good.
She didn't. She was like, you know what, that make a lot of sense.
Okay.
Or a lot of times, like when I get home, I would call her and then bring up something, and she was like, you really got a good eye for this. So she was like, you know what, I'm gonna have you direct this next play. I'm like, huh? I'm not about to do that. So it was like she kind of kept pushing me.
Told you she was a bully.
Yeah, she bullied me into doing
She
a lot of
bullied
stuff.
everybody. She bullied the hell out of me, and I thought I was teaching her, as long as she was teaching me.
So Miles, I know I've been knowing you for a while now. I know you're real big on mentors.
Oh yeah.
Who is probably one of your? Because I think you may have several.
I got 6.
You have 6.
Yes.
Okay, so who was the one who motivated you the most in the area of entertainment?
In the area of entertainment,
Yes.
wow. Mentally, he's not my tangible mentor.
Okay.
I would say Jay-Z, Sean Carter. He'd been like my college professor for the past 17, 16 years. Because there's things that he dropped that made sense. He wasn't just a dope dealing rapper. He said things like when we was doing Switchplay TV, it was just basically me, Nathan, and Melissa, as far as the core. And then Blueprint came out. He said, all I need is the love of my crew. The whole industry can hate me. I'm a thug my way through. And that's how I felt. I said, without a reason, all I need is them.
Okay.
And I can go anywhere.
And I'm glad you said that because I also going to ask you what one thing he said that stood out to you.
Oh,
you just said.
I mean, that said everything, because in life you always going to have obstacles, and if you look at them as obstacles, you always going to doubt yourself. Can I do it? Before I had a stroke August 23rd, 2014, before I had that stroke, I was purely fearless. I didn't care what it was. The answer was always, yes, we can do it. It was only because with the team I had, there was nothing I could ever say that we could not do.
Okay.
And that stroke made me fearful. And just roughly 3 to 4 months ago, I was like, no, I need to go back to who I was. You know what I mean? Because at first I was doubting. And the more doubt I had, the less I did. Now, when you become fearless, you push more. You find yourself keep pushing and you going forward. You look behind you, like, all them bodies all behind me on the ground. You know what I mean? Yes. Because you don't be worried about that no more. Like, people always say, well, how you know what kind of, the way I do graphics, I could do it so quickly because if somebody paint a picture in my head, I could put it on canvas.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I tell people all the time, I'm in between gifted and anointed. And the reason why I say that, God is in everything I do. I am David. So when I say I am David, meaning I'm not the perfect person. I will cuss. I will do things out of the normal. But I love God more than I love anything.
And you know, folks, I don't know if you've been paying attention. Hopefully you have. Mike said the same thing, and I asked him a question. He said the worst thing you do is doubt yourself.
Woo.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm we're talking about this production, but what I'm gathering here, if you just gather what these gentlemen have said, you have to believe in yourself and don't doubt yourself. Right?
Man.
Amen.
Amen. A3, A4. But that's, I just want to say, in life, however you handle small things is how you handle everything.
Yes.
And my back to my best mentor. My best mentor is Andrew Wallace. Andrew Wallace has been my mentor to where now I call him Pops. You know what I mean? His biological son introduced us, and he walked in the room and I was cussing my ex partner, and I said the F word. I hung up the phone. He said, "Mr. Dixon, I don't mean to be in your business, but what kind of equipment you need to get your stuff so where you can have it to where you just handle it?" I told him it costs about this. He said, "Never mind the cost. Can you get the SKU numbers?" I didn't know what a SKU number was. So Nate explained to me, so we want to get the SKU numbers, equaled up to $36,000. Oh, wow. This man may have known me for only 3 weeks of his life. He called me back. He said, "Mr. Dixon, 80% of your stuff will be there Thursday. The rest of it will be there Monday." I said, "What stuff?" "The SKU numbers you sent me." I said, "That's $36,000 of stuff." He said, "Well, you already told me how much you make and what you're working with. Just tell me how much you got right now. I'll send somebody over to get it." He said, "How much you got?" I said, $1,500. He said, "I'll send somebody over there." He said, "Can I send somebody over to come get that now?" I said, "Yeah." And from that day on, I have never left his side.
Wow.
And he's never left my side.
Wow. Well, now that's amazing. Mike, do you have a mentor yourself, or?
I don't know.
Okay. So do you have anything that motivates you daily?
God.
Thank you.
God, definitely. Prayer. You know, I could say, because my pastor Leon Crawford, he actually helps with a lot of that as well.
Okay.
He's one. He was one. He definitely one of my mentors.
Yeah. Because he will definitely, he can definitely put the word in you. He knows how to break it down and make it plain for you. And he makes you think about a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the things that I used to do before, like be quick to cuss somebody out, be quick to snap. I don't do that no more. Mm-hmm. And I realized I was stressing myself out more doing that until I said, you know what? I listened and I said, I'm just going to stop doing that. And I feel like my stress level went down so much just because of that.
Yes.
And mind you, I never even seen him cuss nobody out of snap. So he must got one of them Ike Turner snaps. Like he like, "Don't you you want them tight face." So no.
No, I will. I'm a Leo.
Yeah. Okay.
We hold a lot in, and
yes. I know one.
Come out. Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, because I know you have your hands in a lot, and from listening to you have your hands in a lot. How do you pull yourself back together at the end of the day when you have so many people pulling on you? You know what I'm saying? Coming to you for the answers. What do we do next? How do you get back to you at the end of a day?
Do you want me to go? Or you want to go? Come on.
You can go ahead.
Okay, well, I just posted something up like this about 2 days ago. I said, I don't have all the answers, but I have a purpose.
Okay.
Right? So what I did one time, I used to sleep in Cass Park. I was homeless before. So in the process of me that, I said, God, if you get me off this park bench, I promise I'm going to help anybody you need me to. Whoever come to me, I'm going to help, right? So that's what happened. Get off the park bench. I get into the office, boom, boom, boom. So maybe roughly about a year ago, I was like, God, I think I helped enough people. I mean, seriously, like I'm ready to go. I'm done. I mean, man, because these Negroes is getting on my nerves. You know, I'm like, how do you deal with them? No more. No. And so I was done. So time went, about 2 days went past. On the third day, nobody called me. I mean, I probably got one phone call, right? Nobody called me for no assistance or nothing. So on day 3, I was like, okay, God, I re-enlist. I will re-enlist. I promise. I re-enlist. I'm good. I would never complain about nothing else. 30 to 45 seconds later, somebody called me. Hey, man, do you know how to do? And I was like, you funny. I'm like, God, you funny. You know what I mean? So my get up and go is the ability to help other people.
Okay.
I'm what I would call a bona fide teacher. Everything in my life that I learned, I'm willing to share and pour into other people.
Okay.
But I've always been like that, though.
I like that. How about you, Mike?
Okay, so I actually get a joy out of being able to help people too. Mm-hmm. And like for years, I never knew what my purpose was. But now I know that this is my purpose, to be able to, give people the joy of entertainment. Whether it's me singing, whether it's me acting, whether it's me producing or doing anything within the film. So just like I tell actors a lot of times, I'm like, okay, I'm up here at the office, so if you need help, getting somewhere, just come up here. I had one actor who was like, well, I thought you was busy. But I told you. You can come up there. Like, just call me and let me know. I'll make time, to work with you just to get you through this scene. And I actually get a joy out of seeing the finished product or to see somebody excel just because of something that I did for them. Mm-hmm. But it can get frustrating sometimes to be pulled from this way, pulled from that way, just doing so much. I made a vow years ago that I was going to always, any spare time that I can get, I'm taking a vacation.
Okay.
Mike don't care. Mike don't care. Mike will leave out of here at 1:30 in the morning.
I will.
And just fly. And come back like nothing else happened. And then it'd be a snow and ice and hailstorm right here in Detroit. And he taking pictures while he in Miami. I mean, I'm sorry. That's my passion. That's my passion talking.
Yeah, and sometimes I won't even tell people. I'll just, I'll see a flight, I'll book it, and I'll go. And then I'll post a picture and be like, hey, like, when did you leave? I just saw you.
I ain't pissed. I ain't pissed or nothing. And he left me here in this cold.
No, I do believe that everybody should take a mental break, at some point. And like this year, we got a lot of stuff lined up this year. Mm-hmm. So a lot of, I do still have a 9 to 5. So I get like 5 weeks vacation. Okay. Majority of my vacation is going to be used for filming. Okay. So I said I'm going to, use like weekends or just any spare days I can, just go somewhere and just get away for a while.
Okay. So I often tell my children, don't chase cash, chase purpose, because purpose pays.
All day.
Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about that statement?
I agree.
That's the realest statement somebody can
ever
say.
Where you're sitting.
No,
yes.
That's the realest statement anybody can say. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm 51 years old, mm-hmm. and I never chase money. Right. Mm-hmm. These past months, bills have stacked up to where I have to chase money now. My back is against the wall. Mm-hmm. And in fact, to where I had to learn, maybe I got to change my ways of thinking. Okay. Maybe I had to find the purpose for the money so I could chase the purpose so I could have money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yes. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had once I got in business, I never worried about money because my promise to God, like I said, I tell people when I pray, I only pray for protection. Mm-hmm. I tell God, I got the rest. Just give me protection. Mm-hmm. I got the rest. And so by me saying that, I always felt protected. Okay. And then God always revealed himself all the time with things I say. So I never worried about money. Never until I need money. So, but as of recently, things got hard, but I just realized what it was roughly about 4 hours ago. As time goes, as we get older, we so worried about our death. we don't understand that even the time that we have left can surpass most people lifetimes of earnings, accomplishments, and just plain wisdom.
I like that.
And most people don't know that. So at the age of 51, I started to realize I was really counting down my demise more than looking up for things that's to come.
Okay.
So
You feel the same way, Mike, about the purpose?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna say I always believe that, but I want to say kind of recently it just kind of hit me. You know, as long as you following your purpose, you know, the money is gonna come. If you do what you love to do without doing it for money, the money's gonna come to that.
Okay.
I definitely believe that.
So I'm going to take these last few minutes. I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the show today.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
for inviting us.
And outside of the premiere Friday, can you give the listening audience an idea of how they can see this production?
This Friday, March 31st, at the Bel Air Luxury Cinema. Showtime is at 8 p.m., red carpet at 7 p.m. Teddy, I Love Him, featuring none other than Mike Jeffers. You know something? Monet Champion. Talani Felton. And Heather Tibet. Wait a minute, that sounds like a bad cough. No, seriously, this Friday, March 31st at the Bel Air Luxury Cinema, red carpet, 7 p.m., 8 o'clock show, and then we starting on time. Trust me, Melissa's still the producer of this film, so we are starting on time. So, yeah, that's it. And you can always, I would like to beat Mike and selling tickets, so y'all can call me at 313-258-3951 if you'd like to buy tickets from me.
I did give out my social media, which is Mike Raw Voices, MikeRAWVOYCES. See the way I said it? I said it much better than the way he did. You know?
Hold on. My name is Miles Dixon. Hit me on MDixon313 on Instagram. And my OnlyFans page. No, just joking.
You could also hit up the Eventbrite, which is eventbrite.com, and type in Daddy, I Love Him. Actually, just type in Daddy,
yes,
and then the rest will come up.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you guys for bringing back to the community what's been missing.
Appreciate it.
And I think that ministry can be through cinema.
Yes.
Right? Since a lot of people are not going to church.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you guys for reaching out when you didn't have to.
Oh, man. I put it like this. We had to. Because this is our purpose. Honestly, when we lost Melissa, I think a lot of us started like, you know what? We got to do this one. Yeah. Not just this film, but we got to do this thing called the film business.
Okay.
And I think what we're going to offer to most people, others ain't willing to go there. I'm being very honest with you. We're going to break barriers and we're going to do things that no one else does. And we're going to make it sound as if we always been here.
I like to hear that. And you guys are more than welcome to come back on the show. You guys join us next week for Battle of the Sexes.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good
Can
one.
I challenge you? Because you come into the movie, you come back and you just tell everybody how you felt.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I like to say right here, right now, we have sold out of theater number 5.
Oh, wow.
So we're on our second theater right now. So y'all better get y'all tickets.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm going to ask Mike to bless us on the mic. Yeah, you know.
Mike, you mean back here?
Something that you're
go back.
very, you know, take us out. Something that you're comfortable with singing.
You know, I got to just think of something top of the dome.
That's a lot.
Each day through my window, I watch her as she passes by.
Oh, yeah.
And I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy. To have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, She belongs to me. Well, it was just my imagination. I thought you was gonna back me up. That ain't it. That ain't it.
That was amazing, Mike. That was amazing. Just sitting at this table with so much talent here, you guys, man. I like to thank you, Miles.
No problem.
Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was amazing. That was amazing. So I want you guys to purposely have an amazing week.
You know I'm a ventriloquist. That was me singing.
Oh, I know, as I kept turning that way.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Q always say, we love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And one way we love you is through our purpose. These guys right here have an amazing production, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because if you see this, you're going to get filled with love, right?
Oh, yes, man. Oh, yes.
Right? And there's nothing you can do about it. But we'll see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock for Battle of the Sexes. Q, we'll see you back next Wednesday also. Right. And also tune in this month. We're going to have the Man's Edition. And we're going to talk about physical and mental health for men, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
So I had to put my plug in on that.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So we
you want some cheese bread?
What, the shrimp bread?
Yeah, shrimp bread.
I'll bring some.
All right, I'm gonna be here. I'm just gonna be in that right there in that cubby hole. Go ahead.
I will bring some shrimp bread.
All right then.
We'd like to thank you guys. It's having an amazing evening. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace out.
Just your imagination. Yeah, running away from me. Oh, it's just your imagination. Cut my mic off. Running.